Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you my recipe for what I call my restaurant style wings. Now, if you've been following me for a long time, you'll know that years ago, I think it was 2012, where I shared a wing recipe with you, which is using like buffalo wings, my crispy oven method, okay? Still love that recipe. Love it, love it, love it. But recently I came up with this recipe. We cannot stop making it, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen me recently make a double batch of these, and you've asked me for the recipe nonstop ever since. So I figured since we are in football season, pretty much knee deep in football season, I have to share this recipe with you. I don't fry often, but when I do, it's gotta be good, and these are life-changing. I promise they are worth every single step, which it's not a hard step, but I'm telling you, it's worth all the effort because they are absolutely outrageously good. Let me run you through the list of ingredients. I'm only making a small batch today because homegirl does not need to be eating a pound of buffalo wings by herself. I've got some wings here. So I've got the little drumette and the flat part. These I get from Costco. They are gorgeous. They're like an organic chicken wings. They're fantastic. They're already cut into two pieces for me, the first and second cut. Love it. The wingette part is discarded, which I don't need anyway. So I've got these here on a paper towel just to really get rid of any dampness. This is the magic elixir. All-purpose flour. I've got potato starch. You can also use cornstarch, but potato starch I find works best. Seasoned salt. This is my seasoned salt, which I'll talk about in a minute. Paprika, parsley, garlic. This is what you're going to need, plus the addition of course, some frying oil. Now, I've got my pan here heating up slowly. Now, let's talk seasoned salt. I always make my own seasoned salt. I get questions about that all the time. Half a cup of table salt, like fine salt, right? 1 tablespoon of paprika, not smoked paprika, regular paprika. 1.5 tablespoons of granulated garlic. 1 tablespoon of dry parsley flakes. That is your own homemade seasoned salt, better than anything you can buy, I promise you. Now, as I mentioned, I'm only frying half a batch today, so I don't technically need all of this. I only need half of this. So what I do before I get my wings in there is I'm going to take half of the flour mixture, since it's already been mixed, right? And I'm going to pop that over there. There we go. And I'll save this. I'm going to cover this up, and I'll put a lid on, and I'll save this for next time I want to make a small batch of wings. All right? Now, you're going to take your wings. You're going to make sure that you coat them on both sides in this mixture. Put them on a plate. Let them hang out for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, you are going to get your frying oil up to about 325 degrees. Now, that's a very low temperature. That's because we are going to be doing the 2-step frying method for these. Sounds like it's an extra step, and it is, but it's worth it. It is worth it. You're going to have to just trust me. So I'm just going to dredge these up, let them sit here, and keep an eye on my frying oil. All right, my oil is ready. Now, shake off any excess, and then just add them in. Now, I will use this oil a couple times so it's not super clear, but don't worry, it is perfect. You want to use your oil a few times before you discard it, because you might as well. I mean, why wouldn't you, you know? It's not like I'm gonna get rid of the oil every time I fry one thing. So what I do is at this lower temperature, fry these for 3 minutes aside. Then I'm going to take them out onto a plate. You don't even have to line it with paper towels at this point. And then I'll show you what they look like after the first fry, and then I'll talk you through the next one. All right, second batch. Now remember, at this point, they're pretty blonde. They're not gonna be deeply golden brown and crispy. That's the first fry, right? I did end up putting a paper towel down just to catch any grease. Now this is what you do. You're going to increase the heat about medium high, because now you want this from like 325, 330 to like 375, 380. You want it really hot because you really want to crisp up the outside. In the meantime, in a small saucepan, you're going to take a little bit of butter, hot sauce of your choice. I'm using Frank's, my favorite, Worcestershire, whatever you call it, a couple of garlic cloves. This is going to go on a small burner to simmer for several minutes, really low. You want the garlic to really infuse its flavor, but you don't want to burn anything, you don't want to boil anything, just let it simmer. Let that just sit and do its thing until the oil gets hot to temperature, and then turn it off and let it hang out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the burner, and when I am ready to add my wings to the second fry, I will show you that step. Now they go in for their second fry, and now the oil is hot, hot, hot. And again, 3 minutes on each side. And at this stage, at this point, they will get really crispy, really wonderful. Make sure you've got a plate with some napkins or paper towels ready to receive them. I'm gonna do this in 2 batches. I'll meet you back here. We'll coat everything. We'll go down to Flavor Town. Best wings ever. Listen to that. Crispy. The second batch just came out of the oil. Get them all in there. Then you take your glorious garlicky hot sauce. I just put the whole thing in there because you might as well. And you just toss to coat. Now, something really important before you go ahead and serve these is you want to let them sit in the hot sauce for several minutes. You want to make sure that the wings really absorb the hot sauce and it really adheres to them. My mouth is watering. Those are the wings. These are the wings of my absolute dreams. Doesn't get better than these. I know they're a bit of extra work. I know it requires some frying, but I promise you they are so worth it. I mean, this is gonna be so hot. It's fine, it's fine. I'll do it for both of us. Can you hear the crunch? So hot. It's perfect. I love me some buffalo wings. Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't watch football. But I would just so I can sit down and eat wings. I love it. And you will too. Do I have sauce on me? You will too. Go to laurainthekitchen.com. You want to get this recipe. You want to get this recipe. Oh, I love it. On to the next. I'll see you next time. See ya.